We are live, I believe. It says we're live.
Yep,
Yeah,
I think
woohoo! So, good morning and welcome. I have Tim here, and we're going to talk about multi-factor authentication. Last week we talked about using secure passwords. So, go back a video on our YouTube channel or Facebook or LinkedIn. We're all over the place, and watch that video so you know how to create a secure password. And before we share, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter at dstech.net. So you get all the news and you know what we're going to talk about, because I send that out like the day before and let you know what we're going to talk about. And then you can decide if you want to come watch. Also, leave a question and we'll give you some swag as a prize, as a reward.
Yes, feel free to drop a comment. If you
A
have
good question.
Yeah, if we use your question as an example and we can kind of learn from it or use it, and as well, we'll definitely give you some swag or contact you and figure out how to reward you for your comment.
For your input.
For your input, yes.
Yes, and share this because everybody needs secure passwords. Okay, so speaking of secure passwords, there is another level.
Yes. This week's topic is going to be about multi-factor authentication, or MFA for short. Chances are you're probably already using this on some of your accounts and you don't even realize it. And my advice is, if you have the ability to set it up on every account you can, just for security. So I guess the best way to describe it is, when you have your door on your house, you may have your regular lock, and then you have your deadbolt. So if you're going along for a long time, you might do you lock both doors to be more secure. That's kind of what your accounts are like now. Is you have your secure password that you've set up, hopefully with a password manager in the previous episode, to get in. But once you now get into the account, they'll prompt you with a secondary code. Either they're going to send you a text message to your phone, which is a common one, where they'll send you a text that's 6 digits or 8 digits long. You type that in and now you're actually in. Other ways of doing it is to use an application on your phone, which has like a rotating set of numbers that you would input as well. So
like Google?
Like Google Authenticator's one.
Microsoft
Authenticator. There's all different authenticators out there that you can use.
Something else that we use too.
Like Duo. That's one that
Duo is another
use.
one. In the past we used
Authy as well. There's all kinds of different ones.
Something.
Auth-Anvil, I think, is one that you're probably thinking of.
Yep.
And they all do the same thing in the sense that if your password gets stolen and a hacker tries to log into your compromised account, unless they had your physical phone with them too, they're going to be stopped. So it's kind of like another roadblock for a hacker, so they're not able to get into the account. And again, it can be less convenient. The whole idea of security and convenience, they're exactly on the opposite end of the spectrum. So is it annoying to have to pull out your phone every time you log in and put in a code rather than do it?
Or you get to work and you just realize, I forgot my phone.
You left your phone at home. Yeah, exactly, because that phone's got your keys on.
I can't get into anything now.
Yes. There is that, but it's always more important to err on the side of caution and security.
Yes.
Because, like I said, especially if you use your passwords or you do some sort of practices that aren't good, having that second layer of protection will help.
A little bit of inconvenience is
more important.
A benefit, right?
Than the opposite end, where your stuff gets compromised or it's easier for hackers to get in. My recommendation, if you have the option to do either a text message or the app, where you kind of scan the QR code first when you first set it up, always choose the app if possible, because it's more secure than text messages. Because in some extreme high-profile cases, hackers have spoofed the person's cell phone number to get the code sent to them. So it's very rare that happens, but there is SMS spoofing. It's a possibility.
Okay.
Yes, where they can, if they think that you're worth it to try to target, they can set up and try to spoof.
But they can't get into the app unless they've actually hacked your phone.
Yes, right? And then again, to kind of couple on what we said last week, where it's only as secure as your phone. So if you have your phone and you don't have a password on your phone, anyone could just turn on your phone and your phone is left with your computer.
Okay, there's that too. So another layer.
So you want to make sure your passwords and your things you have in place to be secure are only secure as the initial logins as well. So you want to make sure your phone has some sort of, it allows you in with like a fingerprint or at least a code or some sort of design. You don't want to leave your smartphone that has all these passwords to be now unlocked, because
on my phone,
that's like a master key.
I have a question. That's my question. Will I get swag for it?
I don't know.
Oh, I have swag.
I'm sure we can get you another t-shirt if you want.
Anyway, on my phone, I had, a 4-digit code,
Yep.
but I also have my fingerprint.
Yes.
Is one more secure than the other?
Yes, the 4-digit codes can be cracked really quickly with hackers if they get your phone with tools and things like that. It's no different than
Especially if
like
you
a
use
4-digit password. You know what I mean? It's the length of it. So a 4-digit code is still better than nothing, but using biometrics, be it a fingerprint or where it looks at your eyes or the different
or
options, your face,
The iPhones do
the
that.
iPhones, that's still going to be more secure because it's harder to spoof that than it is to brute force a 4-digit PIN, which can be done pretty quickly.
Which is funny because my kids use biometrics and my son and daughter can get into each other's phone
Oh yeah.
because their facial shape
Are so
is
similar. That's kind of funny to see. So yeah.
So that might not be too cool if
Yeah.
somebody looks like you, right?
Yeah, and depending, I haven't looked into it too deep to where
But
some
I'm
of
sure
them
it
are supposed to be
gets-
better where you can't just hold a picture of someone up and unlock it. It has to be a
Okay.
3D with depth. There's different
And I'm sure
variances
they get better at it, right?
Yes,
As
and
the new phones come out, they
with the
get
better
more
quality cameras,
sophisticated
depending on the phone and the quality of what they're doing too. And there might even be adjustments within that. I haven't looked
Can you
at
spoof
it
a
to see
finger?
how much it has to match. Does the face need to be 95% accurate to unlock? Does it need to be 99%? I'm not sure the thresholds that they use, and I'm sure that can be tailored where if someone gets frustrated, my phone's never unlocking with my face because I'm wearing glasses now, and now I don't have my glasses on and it's not letting me in. So there might be thresholds you can adjust, which again will be a security risk depending on how much you
Interesting.
adjust
So I
that.
got off on a tangent there a little bit.
That's okay.
But what else we got for multi-factor?
That's pretty much it. In some scenarios, you might have like a key fob. I know in some medical places where you have nurses that are rotating into different patient rooms and stuff like that, rather than have codes, they might have like a key fob where they'll put their password in and then they have to have the key fob as the second layer of authenticating in. And then when they take the key fob, it goes as well. Those are good, but then also you run the risk of if someone else steals that key fob, it's like they're stealing the code. So that's where I still feel that having biometrics or a rotating code is still personally my recommendation. If you have an app or anything like that is the best way to go.
Cool. Okay. So one more, I noticed one more thing too is a layer of security questions. A lot of
yes,
retailers and banks and that.
Yeah, they'll answer you. Yeah, like if you want to reset your password, you'll have to answer a couple questions to reset your password, just so anyone can't just.
Even to log in too sometimes, right?
Yeah, some of them might have, you'll log in and then they'll answer a security question before they let you in as well. In my opinion, that's kind of like one of the weakest versions because, it's just a thing out
Somebody
there.
could guess
Someone could guess it. A lot of times when you're using those security questions, like where's your what city did you grow up, your mother's maiden name, all that kind of stuff, you want to actually lie on those and put in a separate, different answer.
Something
so that way,
make sense.
if someone did say check your Facebook and they saw where you were born and that was a security question, they're going to be able to just guess some of these questions based on information that's publicly available. So do you want to use, I guess you could say, fake answers to those security questions to eliminate that?
Or things that don't even make sense, right?
Yes, exactly. And where did you grow up? Oh, I grew up on the moon. You know what I mean? Or something silly, just random, that doesn't make sense. So.
Okay. Good stuff. Okay, so just to summarize, right?
Yep.
The multi-factor authentication would be something which would be like, your passwords and security questions, right? Which aren't things it's things you made up.
Right, and things you kind of memorized, you know what I mean? They're living there. Yeah.
Or keep it somewhere. I actually keep it in my LastPass, in the notes.
Or you can have another section for, comments and notes.
In the notes. So I go in there and look at them because I never remember what I said. So something you have.
Yeah, that could be like, like a key fob or, some high secure areas will have physical keys that are like your two-factor that allow you to log in with codes as well.
And then
the most common ones that are used in the wild would be the text message and then the app. The text message you've probably been done if you sign up for new accounts nowadays. Some of them require you to. When you go to set up an account, you set up your password, verify your email like you used to back in the day. But now there's another step where they'll send you a text message and you have to verify that before they even let you in. And again, it's because of that two-factor. And it's just kind of the force march companies are doing because if their general database gets compromised and all of your passwords get leaked, but they say that every one of our customers have two factors. So realistically, they can just send a note to all their customers, hey, change your passwords. And realistically, unless someone stole their phone with their two-factor, they're not going to get compromised in. Is kind of
True.
the idea behind that.
And they got to defend themselves because otherwise they get blamed
Exactly.
that your password was stolen.
Yeah, and it happens all the
So,
time. You hear them,
yeah.
Target leaks so many passwords, or Amazon gets, or the big retailers, because as an individual, are you worth hacking? Probably not. The time and resources going after you. Now, if you're a business owner or you're a large corporation, which has a giant treasure trove of information, where if they can crack that safe, they get thousands of
But
millions.
sometimes
of data.
you're the doorway. They want your information
can.
because they can get through to other places.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, and then lastly was something you are, which was your biometrics.
Yes, and that again that's from my understanding, it's the most secure. It's hard to fake a fingerprint, all that kind of stuff. So you definitely want to go that route if you have the option, and a newer smartphone that has those features, or a newer laptop, or whatever device that you're using.
Cool. That's it. We covered it.
Yep.
Right?
I think
Multi-factor authentication. So have your secure password, watch both of these videos, and make sure that you are secure. I mean, as secure as you can be, right?
Mm-hmm.
So make it a great day, and make sure you sign up for our newsletter and security@dstech.net. I have that on the screen so that you can email it if you want a free security assessment. What else we do provide free?
Well, we could actually see if
Dark
you want us
web
a dark web scan to
yeah.
see if you give us a list of your staff emails. We could see if there possibly are compromised passwords on the web. So where, that kind
we
of
have
stuff.
a few free services that we offer you just to show you where your security holes and stuff like that are.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a business, it's not for home users.
Yeah.
I should probably say that. So make it a great day. And should we do our little outro?
Sure.
Trust no one.